Good afternoon everybody, it's Charlie and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday so far. So then we're back with match preview ahead of Leeds against Arsenal taking place at Elland Road tomorrow afternoon for a 2 o'clock kickoff. I will be there, partly dreading it, partly excited at the same time. It's a weird set of emotions at the minute. I think a lot of Leeds fans are just wondering where our next points are coming from. Because the last 5 games have not been great at all. 2 points out of a possible 15 is not good enough in this league. So hopefully we can put in some sort of performance that encourages us to then face Leicester and Fulham next week. Just before I get into it, smash that like button as always. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. And share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. So then, Arsenal. Let's just talk about Arsenal at the beginning. Look, I think Arsenal have kind of been, I won't say, well, yeah, I'll say it, the surprise package in a sense of, look, they signed Zinchenko, they signed Jesus, they brought Saliba back from loan. But I still think maybe even some Arsenal fans didn't expect the start that they've had. They're not even drawing games. They've won 8 and lost 1. They lost at Old Trafford to Manchester United. But I think even in that game, I watched it and they were very competitive for large spells in that game. I think the game just ran away from them a little bit in the second half. It happens, but I think, look, they're sat at the top of the league at the minute, a point in front of Man City. Arteta, it just shows you, doesn't it, that if you give a manager time and if you let him build a project, it can work out. I'm a real admirer of what Arteta has managed to do at Arsenal. I really am. I think the players, that they're all sort of singing from the same hymn sheet at the minute, and they're playing for him. You can tell he's got that good sort of relationship with them. Jesus has been, I think if Haaland wasn't scoring the goals that he is, I think Jesus would be the signing of the season. I think how he's just improved them up top is unreal. I think all Arsenal needed last season was a proper goal scorer, and now they've got one and they're reaping the rewards from it. You got Martinelli on one side, Saka on the other, 2 amazing wingers. I think Saka should probably be playing a little bit more for England, if I'm being honest, but I get it's hard with the attacking talent that we've got at England. And then Martinelli, I have flashbacks from Elland Road last season when he tore Cody Drame a new arsehole. And obviously Luke Ayling completely took him out at the Emirates. And yeah, look, I think there's some serious ballers. Odegaard as well. Xhaka and Thomas Partey, for me, hold that midfield battle so well. I think Xhaka, surprisingly as well, I thought he was done at Arsenal at a period of time, and he's kind of brought his career back to life. Thomas Partey, look, as much as there's allegations being made against him at the minute, the stuff that he's doing on the pitch is amazing. Obviously, they've got Zinchenko as well, but William Saliba, I mean, what a baller at the back. I think he's probably been the best centre-back in the league so far this season. It's going to be hard for Leeds United to exploit him and Gabriel. Hopefully, Sinisterra against Ben White will be an interesting battle, along with probably Jack Harrison or Brendan Aronson on that right, who will be coming up against Zinchenko or Tomiyasu, depending on if Zinchenko is back fit. I don't think he played last week. Against Liverpool, you're obviously coming off the back of a 3-2 win against Liverpool at the Emirates as well, which great result for them. God, how do Leeds United go about trying to exploit them? I think, look, we have proved against Chelsea this season that we can play to a certain standard against the top 6 and against anyone really. I thought the intensity, the work rate, the desire on that day against Chelsea in August was unbelievable. If we can put in even a 70 to 80% performance of that in against Arsenal, then yeah, we could maybe at the best get a point. I can't see Leeds United winning the game, if I'm being totally honest with you. However, if I see a performance, if I see encouragement, if I see things that can be built on to take into Leicester and to take into Fulham, which for me, I want 6 points out of them games. Look, Fulham, they might be above us in the league at the minute. They might have had a good start, but they're a newly promoted team. At Elland Road, we should be beating them. Leicester are in disarray at the minute. Shocking. For the players that they've got, they are really bad at the minute. Only won one game all season. In the bottom three, we need to be beating them. I don't care if they're at home. Are we going to beat both them two? Probably not. But, at least be unbeaten against them. But this game, for me, as long as we don't get hammered and I see a performance and a bit of grit, a bit of desire out on that field, then I'll take encouragement from it. And look, it's expected that Leeds are going to lose this week. I think if anyone is doing an accumulator, you'll all pick Arsenal to beat Leeds. It's inevitable. But I don't know. I think there's areas where Leeds can maybe exploit them. I think the midfield battle, especially, as much as I've just heaped praise on Partey and Xhaka, I think if Mark Rocker and Tyler Adams are on them from the get-go, in the faces, don't give them a second's breath. Hopefully they won't be able to beat the press. I think Leeds United are not as easy to work through this season in the middle, which is good. But look, I think it will be a very tough ask, but I'm just saying that's an area that we could potentially get some joy. I think Sinisterra against Ben White, I think, has got potential to give Ben White a lot of issues. I hope so anyway, even because Ben White's been doing really well in that right-back role. But Sinisterra is our new Rafinha in a sense of he's our player that we're kind of looking at the minute to produce something, to create chances, to score goals. And yeah, look, I think whoever's up top, whether it's Rodrigo, whether it's Patrick Bamford, they're coming up against Gabriel and Saliba, two very, very good centre-backs at the minute who are not conceding a lot of goals. So yeah, I'm like I said at the beginning, I'm kind of dreading it, but I'm kind of excited at the same time. There's a very, very, very small part of me that is thinking, can we do a Chelsea? Like, can we go out there and take the game to them and cause them a lot of problems? I hope that they come with the same attitude as what Chelsea did. I hope they come and they're complacent and they think it's just going to be a breeze and it's going to be a walkover and then we completely turn them over. Do I think Arsenal will come with that same mentality? No, I don't. I think Arteta will have them drilled to not take any team lightly, which is good. That's a good manager who does that. I think Jesse Marsch, hopefully, will be tactically astute in this game to, if something's not going right, like if we're 2-0 down at half-time or something daft like that, I don't know, that he makes changes to tactically adjust in the game based on what's happened so far, because that's the sign of a good manager. I think at the minute Leeds United are struggling to manage games, which is a big worry. Against Crystal Palace last week, we were 1-0 up, cruising in the game. If Bamford slots it home, it's 2-0 and it's different. But then towards the end of the first half and the whole of the second half, the game just got away from us and we looked lost in attack. I think Marsch didn't tactically adjust. Vieira made a slight change. He started playing it over the top. He started carrying the ball more and it worked for them. And if it's that easy to out-tactic Leeds United, then that is a worry. I don't care if it's Arsenal, I don't care if they're top of the league, I don't care if it's Man City, whoever we're coming up against. If teams are going to beat us, make it hard for them to beat us. And look, Arsenal have got much, much better quality than us. That's a given. Like I said, a performance, grit, desire, and as long as we can take positives into the Leicester and Fulham games that are coming up, then I guess it'll keep fans at least a little, it'll keep fans content at least, because no Leeds United fan is going into this game realistically thinking that Leeds are going to win. So it's about the performance. It's about taking positives and encouragement from it. Hopefully that's the case. Scoreline now. I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal. I think Arsenal have got real good quality up top. I think our goal will come from Sinistera, just because the last few games that he's played for us, he has scored. But yeah, I'm going 3-1. But that's when I say a decent 3-1, that's a very, good performance, grit, desire, all that jazz that I've just said. That is that version of a 3-1, not a horrible 3-0 battering in the first half and we just pull a goal back near the end type vibe. I'm talking a good performance, 3-1. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this match preview ahead of the Arsenal game tomorrow afternoon at Elland Road. So if you've enjoyed it, smash that like button. If you're new, please subscribe and share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And I'll see you for my match review after the game tomorrow. See you.